I'm gonna set this shit. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up. Let's go. Come on into this chat. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. 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 I'm ready. I'm ready. Ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Oh, let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on into the chat so we can talk about the situation. Oh yeah, situation. Oh yeah, called the coronavirus. The fear that people have and social distancing, whatever how you put it. What's up? How you doing, Olay? Hold on. Akandi? I'll be messing up on names, so I apologize if I messed up your name and everything. How did I delete the message? This is crazy. I apologize if I deleted your message, but I touched my phone and all of a sudden it said the message was deleted. It's crazy. Come on, y'all, come in the chat, Once I get a couple of people in the chat, you know what I'm saying, in the live, then I'm gonna start. You know what I'm saying? This live is gonna be about positivity. We're gonna talk about a lot of negative things, but it's gonna be on a positive note, seriously. And I'm not gonna be on the coronavirus and everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? But for so long, we're gonna talk about other things outside of the coronavirus, but we have to take care of the elephant in the room, so to speak. You understand? So I'm gonna allow some more people to come in, and then I'm gonna begin. Let's go. Let's get ready. Get it ready. Get it ready. Get it ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 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 Who got their fruit? Who got their fruit and vegetables? That's gonna help fight off the coronavirus by building up your immune system. Come on, man. Let's get it. Like I said before, I'm gonna allow a couple more people to come in, and then we're gonna begin. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. We're gonna start in like about 1 or 2 more minutes. 1 or 2 more minutes, we're gonna start. Like I said from the very beginning, we're gonna talk about the coronavirus and everything. What's up, France Richardson? We're gonna talk about the coronavirus, social distancing, if I'm pronouncing that right, and the fear that people have for the coronavirus. We're gonna talk about that stuff, but then we're gonna get off of that and move on to something else, because overall, I want to make this live positive. Positive. I want to give you all my perspective, my point of view, my opinions, and see how you like it. You understand? Because I've seen a lot of people that have made videos about the coronavirus. I mean, even I have. I did one last weekend. I went live. But I felt like, and the reason why you all might have not seen it is because, I got into my feelings. I'm not going to lie. What's up, Gemini? What's up, Renette? I got into my feelings, and I felt though it wasn't good enough, so I deleted the live chat. So basically, this one I'm not going to delete. I'm gonna keep this one up. Give y'all 1 more minute, and then we're gonna I took down some notes. Normally I don't, but I took down some notes just to make sure that I covered just as much as I can on my point of view on how things, this coronavirus is and how things are going to end, My opinion, that is, it's not factual, how this is going to end. All the conspiracy theories, the government has intentionally, placed the coronavirus in order to depopulate the planet and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to cover a lot of stuff. What's up, Veronica? And while in the process of me covering a lot of stuff, I'm gonna be, like doing my normal routine that I do every night. I cut up my vegetables, I juice, I do everything that I need to do for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So that I could be, ahead of things. And that's another thing. The coronavirus took everyone by shock because everyone wasn't prepared. That's the problem. Specifically in the African American community. We're never prepared for these type of pandemics or epidemics or whatever have you. How have you been managing during this pandemic? I'm going to cover that, Gemini. I'm going to cover a couple of things. So I'm going to get these vegetables out. I got kale, I got broccoli I got to cut up. I got to clean it first. So I'm going to get all of the vegetables that I need out so I won't have to be going back and forth to the refrigerator while I'm in the midst of, conversing with you all. So just give me 1 second. Like I said, we're going to begin ASAP. As soon as I get everything in order and placed on my counter, we're going to begin, so hold tight. Just give me like 1 minute. Come on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Got my kale. Ha-ha. It's that real green right there. Give me a second and we're gonna begin. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. And we will begin. Side note, y'all ever tried this right here? Rotini? This is like quinoa, but it's noodles, you know what I'm saying? I have a mini blender that's not a juicer. Is that okay? Yeah. Really, you can use a blender as a juicer, to be real with you. All you have to do is, like, take for example, if you're blending up apples, bananas, what else? Yeah, apples, bananas, things that are like real, like dense. All you have to do is just add or some type of something to it. Orange juice, some type of liquid, and it'll liquefy it. So you can use a blender to juice. You don't need a juicer like this. You don't need this. You know what I'm saying? And really, I use both. I use the juicer, and then I use my blender. I use coconut water with pulp. Yeah, that's good to use. That's good to use. What's up, Black Legger? So I miss you, bro. It's me, Seven. What's up? What's up? All right, so I'm about to begin. Just give me 1 more second. I'm about to begin. Let me put out this disclaimer before I begin. Some of you all might not like what I have to say. I've been doing pretty good, man. I've been doing pretty decent. This is the reason why I'm on this live is to let you all know how I'm doing. It all relates to to this coronavirus and to everything. And in reality, it's kind of like the way I'm going to explain it is relative to you all's lives. You know, yeah, smash the like button, family. Straight up, please subscribe. Smash the like button, subscribe, comment, whether it's positive or negative. I like positive criticism just as well as negative criticism. I want your feed. I want to know what you're thinking. You know, like I said, we're about to begin. Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Anybody could be the moderator. You want to be the moderator? I make you the moderator. Y'all want to be moderator? All right. Now how do I do this? I did it last time. The fuck? Oh shit! I didn't know I could do that. I could change it. Hold on, let me see. No, I don't want that one. That one. Yeah, yeah. I'll try to make it back after I get the phone charger. I mean, I'm gonna be here for a little while. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Add moderator. Okay, you the moderator. All right, we're about to begin. Give me a second. As you all can see, I cut the beard off. You know, it had to go. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Anybody that gets out of pocket, you're getting banned. You're right. I'm glad you said that. You in control of that. So anybody get out of pocket, want to say anything out of the way, you know what I'm saying? I got my moderator that's going to take care of you. Plain and simple. Thank you, moderator. So, you know, a lot has changed, you know, as far as dealing with me. The first thing is the beard. I had to cut it off. It had to go. It got to the point where, you know, I was taking showers and I would wash my beard and it'd get soap like cluttered up in it because my hair it got so thick. You know what I'm saying? Then it's just always like the clean look more than I like, you know, what it do new month. I always like the clean look more than I like the beard. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Black Dust? What's up, Mr. Sucker Free? Yeah, everything is good. We're about to start. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know about, you know, what my thoughts about the coronavirus and everything that's going on. And like I said before, I'm putting out the disclaimer. You all may not like some of the things that I have to say. Some of the things may be harsh. You know, one thing that I like about myself, I'm totally raw and honest. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. And it's just that plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, before I even begin, I just want to let you know that there may be some vulgar language. Some people may get their feelings hurt, you know, but just taking heed overall, I'm just trying to, you know, help people out the best way I see it. You know, if you ever meet me in person, either you're going to hate me or like me. It's never going to be in between. My personality does not permit that. Either you're going to hate me or you're going to like me. It's never like, I'm on the fence with this guy, Langston, you know, and he's this way and that way. No, it's going to be like, man, I hate that dude. Or, yo, man, man, Langston is the man. Either one. It's not going to be any in between. So, you know, before I begin, I'm going to give you all an opportunity, you know, get your libations, whatever you do. I'm not telling you to do any type of drugs, but if you do, you know, indulge in weed and drink, or you just drink water or eat fruits and vegetables and stuff like that while you're looking at, you know, looking at the live, you know, do that. I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity to do that before I begin. I'm gonna give y'all like a minute. So if you gotta run to the refrigerator, you gotta pop some popcorn, do whatever you gotta do before I begin. Because once I begin, I'm gonna start and then I'm gonna end. I'm gonna go straight through it. And I'm gonna, like get y'all up out of here. I'm not gonna hold y'all up no 3-4 hours. It's gonna be boom, 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 and then we're gonna switch on to another subject because I do want to talk about this whole Jay Electronica Jay-Z album and a couple other things that's off the subject of the coronavirus. So I want to make sure that I take care of the elephant in the room first, which is the coronavirus, my opinions and what I think about this whole thing that's going on. Then after that, part 2, the other version of this live, I want to talk about other things that has nothing to do with the coronavirus. Yeah, I had to take a little break, Gemini. Had to take a little break. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to explain to you why I had to take a little break. And, and in the near future, what I'm going to do with both of the channels. Because I've gotten to the point now, it's like, what's up, Stephen Taylor? I've gotten to the point now where it's like, I want to evolve. I want to give y'all something far more greater than what I've been giving you all. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to be able, how I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm going to give you all a minute to get whatever you need to get, snacks, cookies, cakes, drink, weed, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Give you all a minute to do that. While I'm getting some more stuff out of the refrigerator. And then once I do that, or once we get everything that we need to get, and you settle down, I'm going to begin. All right? Yo, let me tell you something too. Like, another thing too is like the love. I can't even front. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, yo. Man, the love is there. The love is there because, like, okay, I took like a month and some change without doing any videos, and I'm still getting subscribers on both channels, and people still commenting on videos that I've done like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, the love is there, but we definitely need to step things up in order that, I can have a bigger voice, so my voice can be heard. Because I think my opinion on things and my outlook, how I look at social issues, and what's up, Future 5601, and how I look at social issues and just how I look at the world as a whole is totally different than a lot of people. I give people a different perspective, a different outlook. And this is what I'm going to give to you all with dealing with the coronavirus. What's up, time for common sense? I'm going to give you all a different outlook on the coronavirus and how I see it through my lens. I know you've heard, let's say, for example, Young Pharaoh's opinion, Polite's opinion, Sinetta's opinion, CNN, Fox News, and the list goes on. Now it's time for you to get my opinion and see what you think about mine. You understand? So we're going to begin in about 30 seconds. Like I said, I'm going to give you all the opportunity, get what you need, and then we're going to start. All right. So let's begin. Where do I start off at? For y'all that just came in, I want to tell you all that I have taken, some notes. And this is like, I don't normally take notes, but for the most part, I took some notes. I jotted some things down so I won't forget about the things that I wanted to talk about in association to the coronavirus, right? So how do I begin this? All right. So when I was in college, I was trying to find myself. And I'll never forget, I went to this HBCU called St. Augustine's College, located in Raleigh, North Carolina. When I first got there, I was trying to figure out who, I was, who I wanted to be, what would my major be. And, I came across this bookstore which is no longer in existence, called, I think it was a Blacknificent bookstore, right? And the first book that I read there was Behold a Pale Horse, written by William Cooper. What's up, KB New Era? Written by William Cooper. And in that book, it was talking about, RFID, radio frequency identification chips, extraterrestrials, Area 51, vaccinations, viruses, how the powers that be were their motive, their agendas was to depopulate the planet, and at the age of 19, I was reading about this stuff, right? So I would go, and tell my father and my mother, about the world, about the end. The world is about to end, the Y2K bug, and all of these different conspiracy theories that I had at that time, and nobody believed me, right? So as time progressed, I started, becoming more involved in knowing who and what I am or was at that time, right? And, I joined an organization called the Nuwaubian, United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors. And the leader of that, and all of this relevant, and the leader of that cult, or rather organization, was called Dr. Malachi York. And he had wrote a book called What to Expect in the Year 2000, The Mark of the Beast, Leviathan, Part 1 and 2. And in that book, he also stated about vaccinations and these different viruses that will be spread upon the planet in order to depopulate the planet Earth, and he talked about Bill Gates, and he talked about the vaccinations that Bill Gates intentionally gave to the Africans in order to depopulate the Africans, and, he went on about these different vaccinations and viruses that will be intentionally spread on the planet Earth to depopulate the planet, right? So throughout all these years, I've been knowing about all this stuff, right? So 2020 hits, this coronavirus comes, and it spreads like wildflower. And I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, well, I already knew these things. I already told people, I already forewarned people. Now, taking heed, yes, he does own the patent on the virus. He does. Bill Gates, that is, owns the patent to the coronavirus. And there's patents on the AIDS virus, Ebola. What else? There's the influenza, SARS, the list goes on. So I've told people that these things were going to happen throughout the years, right? Now, taking heed, I never had a solution. And that's the problem that we have in the conscious community. We study all these books and we forewarn people about what's to come, but we never give a solution to the problem. So at the end of the day, what we should have been talking about throughout these years is when this situation hits, right? Such as you think the 5G has something to do with the virus. I've been hearing about that. I don't know per se. I'm not going to sit here and take a guess. I'm not going to give a hypothesis, hypothesis, an educated a guess or idea of 5G and the coronavirus being somewhat that somewhat correlates with one another. I can't tell you that. I don't know, but I've heard the conspiracy theorists talk about that. So to get back to what I'm saying is, overall, while in the process of us reading about this happening and informing people about what's to come in the near future, what we should have done is we should have gave a solution to the problem. So now you have people that are walking around here in fear. Now you have people that's saying that the world is going to end. What's up, Jack Driller? Saying that the world is going to end. Now you have people that's saying, I don't know what to do with my life. Domestic violence has gone up because people are now at home. They are by law, specifically in California, New York, and here in Charlotte, they have a stay-at-home law, and you cannot go out unless you are going out for essential things or if you are an essential worker. So now you're stuck at home and you've never dealt with your wife like that. In other words, you've never been around your wife for long periods of time. So you don't know how to treat your wife. You don't know how to think or react to all of this because you've never been at home but for so long. Child abuse is going up because you've never been at home but for so long. So any and everything ticks you off. Next thing you know, boom, you're going across somebody's head. You see, for us men, we used to having our side chicks. For us men, we used to having an outlet such as the basketball game, the football game, going to a local bar, going to the strip club. But now that all of that is closed, guess what? You got to look at that man in the mirror. You understand? So the reality of it is the fear that people have is that they feel as though that this shit is never going to end and they're never going to be able to go back to things being normal. And I'm glad you said that. No more distractions, Future 5601. We no longer have any more distractions. Now what we have to deal with is ourselves. We have to look at that man in the mirror. We have to look at that man in the mirror. And we have to say to ourselves, what kind of parent are we? Now that our children are not going to public school, are we going to take that baton and are we going to homeschool our children? Being that they can't go to public school right now. Do we care that much about our children's education enough to educate them while they're out of school? Now we have to question ourselves and saying, are we a good husband or wife? Am I going to take care of my wife? Am I going to protect her? Am I going to defend her? Am I going to actually sit down and listen to her? Because most of the time, us men, we make these excuses. We say, you know what? I got to go to work. I got to do this. I don't have the time. And that's the problem now. We have to, now that for people that don't have essential jobs, right? Now that the factories are closed, now that some of these businesses are closed, small businesses are closed, most people are out of work. Now you have to look in that man in the mirror and say to yourself, you know what? I always said I didn't have the time to open up a business. I always said I didn't have the time to spend with my children. I always said I didn't have the time to spend with my wife. Now that I have the time, what am I going to do with it? In other words, this time that we have, we need to do something with it. Instead of having fear, because you feel as though that things are not going to go back to normal. But the reality of it is the normal that you're experiencing is the normal that you're supposed to experience every day. And it's about family. It's about you. It's about that journey within. Now, taking heed, I'm not sitting here and saying that the coronavirus is something beautiful. But what I am saying is you turn something that's negative into something that's positive. So when I go outside nowadays, I see fathers and mothers that I normally don't see, mothers and fathers that I normally don't see, walking their children, exercising. I see on the news that these women are sitting back and saying, you know what, the public system is not going to educate my children. Matter of fact, I had the time to sit down. Normally I don't, because I got to work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs. But now I can sit down with my child and figure out why is she failing? Why is he failing? And now I know. And I'm going to build a curriculum that's centered around my children. This is a time for you as an individual to enhance, to make your life better. Period. Because let me tell you something about a job. This is the reason why most people say what they say about a job. And most people don't like their job. I'm going to tell you why. Let's say, for example, you work a job and you get paid $8 an hour, right? You work 40 hours plus, well, 40 hours, right? That's $320 a week. Let's say a whole month, you vary between $1,200 to $1,500 a month, right? Now, let me show you how important a job is. A job dictates what you eat, the quantity and the quality of food that you digest in your body. A job dictates to you what you wear, the type of clothing you wear, name brand. A job dictates into your life the car you drive, the home you live in, because everything is about money. So in reality, when people say that they hate their job, they hate the reality that their job has given them. Period. Because most jobs don't pay enough for our lifestyle. So why would you want to go back to that? Now that you have the opportunity, or rather the free time that you have, why not try to open up your own business? Why not try to, if you can't open up your own business, you can't afford it, or you don't have an idea, you can't come up with a product, why not align yourself with someone else? In other words, what I'm saying is, why not make this the new norm? Because we've already seen what quote unquote normal is. When we have distractions, when the football game is on, when the basketball game is on, we don't want to talk to our children. We don't want to talk to our husband and our wives. We don't want to focus on that business that we wanted to open up. When we're distracted, when all the strip clubs are open, when all the regular clubs are open, when all of the fast food restaurants are open, we're no longer concerned about our health. So why not make what you're doing now the new norm if you're doing something productive for you and your family? Because I can tell you, since all of this has been going on, guess what I've been doing? Since the gyms have been closed, I figured out different ways that I can work out outside of my backyard. You see, when I go to the Y, I'm inside. Now, you do have the option of going on top of the roof. They have an outside track on top of the roof. But upstairs is artificial turf on top of the roof. I can go outside of my backyard and train my children. I can go outside of my backyard and work out with my children, work out with the mother of my children, and get my family into shape. You're exactly right, Def Rocker. The perfect time. This is the perfect time to reconnect with your family. That's the point that I'm making. So since this time that you all haven't seen me, I've been outside. I've been going outside and grounding myself. For all those who know what grounding is. It's when you take off your shoes, something that we normally don't fucking do, and you stand in the grass barefooted, grounding yourself, being in tune with nature. I've been sunbathing. True indeed. KB New Era, you have tape. So that's the key. Everybody talks about the problem, the coronavirus. Oh my God, I'm going crazy. Everybody got gloves. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, I think that coronavirus is airborne. So regardless of what you do, you're gonna get it anyway. Period. I'm gonna give you one example of how you're definitely gonna get it. Let me show you how you're definitely gonna get it, regardless of whether you have gloves, regardless of however you protect yourself. If you use cash, this is a walking bacteria. If you exchange cash from one hand to the next, you're gonna get it. I'm going somewhere with this. Hear me out. Even when you put on your latex gloves, you do realize that there was a period in time in transition of those latex gloves being produced that some human person put their hands on those latex gloves. You do realize that eventually you have to take them off. And I've seen some people that are online that have been so forgetful to the point, or so stupid to the point where they're going around with plastic gloves and you know, they feel as though that they're protected, but then they'll go to a fast food restaurant and order some French fries and eat the French fries with the plastic gloves. So in other words, what I'm saying is, if the coronavirus is airborne, and that's my opinion, you're prone to get it. The only thing that you can do is protect yourself by building your immune system up. Period. And by building your immune system up, you have to exercise. You have to take your herbs. You have to juice. You have to detox. Exactly, Black Liger. And everything that I'm saying goes back to you working on yourself. So how is the coronavirus a bad situation? Elderberries, you're right. And it's an antiviral herb. Matter of fact, I got some. I'm about to go run upstairs and show you all my herbs that I have. So how is this a bad thing? Tell me, why are you scared? Or is it that you're scared to face that man in the mirror? Or is it that you're scared to say, all this time that I was talking about Babylon is falling and Babylon is this and the devil and 666 and all the rest of this stuff, and New York is the Empire State, it's mean, it's deep devilish and all the rest of this stuff. Now you have to sit back and say to yourself, you know what? I really didn't mean that, because I want things back to normal. I want to be able to get up and eat my fast food and gain the weight that I've lost during this time. I want to be able to go to my side chick's house, and I no longer want to associate myself with my wife. I don't want to get to the problem or the matter at hand of the reason why my marriage isn't working right. I want to find every excuse, whether it's going to a basketball game, whether it's looking at a football game, in order to psych my mind out to say, you know what? I don't have time to deal with my children. So in other words, you're living in order to enjoy your distractions. And it's crazy. You're just like that dude on the Matrix movie, part one Matrix, when he was talking to one of the agents and he was like, I know this is not real steak, but I want to think that it's real. So in reality, you all are practicing what you call cognitive dissonance. when you say you want things to go back to normal. True indeed. The Matrix is real. The Matrix is real. And we seeing what it's doing to people when the Matrix is shut down. And we are seeing how foolish people are. Just how stupid people are. Donald Trump right now can get on the news and say, you know what, you're going to have to stop listening to the internet because the internet now has the coronavirus. And you know what? Everybody would cut off their internet service. Do you think this is as big of a deal as the government makes it out to be? No. No. If you look at the statistics, let's say, for example, they say it's 5,000 deaths in America, right? For example, right? But then they'll say there's 5,000 people that have recovered. So just as many people are dying, there are just as many people that have recovered from this shit. Period. And let's not forget. Okay, now let's this is funny, but it's not. Okay, so let me get this right. Everybody, it's mandatory for everyone to stay at home, correct? So we've covered the whole coronavirus. Nobody's getting the coronavirus anymore. But what about the STDs? Because you know, when people stay at home and they have nothing to do, they're going to fuck. What about the AIDS virus? What about HIV? We forgot about that one. What about this virus? Homelessness. I was in Charlotte today. And I drove, it's a street in the cut, like right by the shelter, right? The homeless shelter, right? I've never been down that street on a cut. They have a shitload of tents outside because people are not able to get inside the homeless shelter. So they have to set up tents. How about that virus that has been wreaking hell in America for the longest? What about what about people that are hungry? What about that virus? So what's so funny? Exactly. What about heart disease? What about cancer? What about diabetes? So what's so funny is, this is the reason why I don't think it's a big deal. Because prior to the coronavirus, there were bigger fish to fry. Period. I don't get it. And this whole social distancing, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. They're saying that they want everybody to be 6 feet apart. Listen to this. It's nothing new. Specifically when it comes to the treatment of African Americans. Because prior to this social distancing, right? If I'm pronouncing that correctly, people outside of the Black community treated us like that. They didn't want to touch us. They wanted to remain 6 feet apart. They didn't want to live amongst us. So the reality of it is that this is some normal shit when it comes to the Black plight. That America has and always practiced social distancing when it came to Black people. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. And like I said, in my opinion, I think that the coronavirus is airborne. And at the end of the day, what the government is telling you, or what media, social media, the powers that be is telling you, is plain and simple. They're going to treat it. and that when it comes to a virus, there's no such thing as a cure. That doesn't make sense. To me, that doesn't make sense. You know why? Because all things can die. So you would have to find something that can kill the virus while in the process of it not harming the host or the human body that it has gone into. So all that BS about there's no and blah 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 blah, yeah, right, whatever. I mean, the reality of it is, I'm going to tell you what I think in my opinion. I think that this is all a plot to not so much depopulate the planet, because there's only like 1 million people that have died from this coronavirus. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but when you start doing the head count on how many black men have killed each other in 1 year in America, I'm pretty sure that should have top 1 million. In 1 year. Let's say this for the sake of the conversation. Let's throw in the police killing blacks too. So in 1 year, 1 million? Rest in peace, Dr. Lala Africa. Layla Africa, Lala Africa, if I'm pronouncing it right. So that's nothing. I think at the end of the day, I'm glad you brought up Scarface, because I'm gonna say something about these celebrities. At the end of the day, I think it's a means to make the richer richer and the poor poorer. Period. It seems as though just when black people start getting ahead, or not so much black people in particular, let's just say poor people or people that lack funds, because white people, so is there white people that don't have money just like us. You know what I'm saying? But it seems as though, in my opinion, once we start getting ahead, somewhat of ahead, something boom hits and knocks us back down. Just think about it. Okay, Donald Trump said there's stipulations towards getting that $1,200 check, right? Donald Trump said he's going to send a stimulus check, right, to each one of us. Let me tell you something. When that recession hit, right, they did the same thing that they're doing now. They took care of the banks and the corporations. And they gave Bush at the time, when that so-called recession happened, I think in the early 2000s, I think it was like 2008, 7 or something like that. He gave us a stimulus check. It was like $700 or something like that. Come on, man. Whether it's $700 or $1,200, I can tell you my rent is way more than $1,200. So he knows good and goddamn well that that's not enough. It's not enough. So at the end of the day, my point in making is this is another way to make the richer richer and the poor far more worse than where they were. Period. That is my opinion. Now, getting on the subject about these celebrities, this is what's so crazy to me, right? Exactly. Future, I think it's 5001. 1,200 is how much you would make in a month if you made $8 per hour. So they're going based on minimum wage. So let's just say if you're an electrician that makes $15 an hour, he just cut your check. He just cut you $7. He took $7 away from you. So it's you can't do nothing with that money. And let's just say you can. Let's say it takes care of you for a month. What about the next month? Because they keep on extending it. They keep on saying, yeah, it's $500 per child. But there's stipulations behind that. First of all, I just want to let you all know, don't expect the check if you haven't filed your taxes. Because that's what they're going based on, people that have filed their taxes in 2019. So if you haven't filed your taxes and have put your child on your taxes, you're not getting nothing. Period. But let me get back to the topic of what I was saying, as far as dealing with celebrities. This is what bugs me out. Is this like the new, I'm not trying to be funny, no disrespect for those that affiliated or that are in the LGBTQ community, but is this the new gay? Because like in what was, people started popping up like 2000 and started like 2013 on up, coming out of the closet. Oh man, you came out of the closet, and everybody's happy for this person. Is people telling, celebrities telling people that I have the coronavirus the new gay? Because it seems as though that if you want to be popular, if you want to get some type of recognition or some type of attention, all you have to do is say, hey, I got the coronavirus. Period. And at the end of the day, I really do think, just my opinion, I think that some of these celebrities are getting paid to say it, that they have the coronavirus. That's just in my opinion. We have to do better, man. We have to do better. Exactly. Celebrities are used to promote the virus. We have to do better. This doesn't make no sense. I just don't understand how we don't see that this is the powers that be, so to speak, manipulating the little man. Now we're scared to talk to our neighbors. We're scared to touch one another. So let's say, even if we were to talk about a revolution, yeah, I heard about Tekashi 6ix9ine getting released, and they're saying that he's working on a English version of his album and a Spanish version. But it's crazy to me how I lost my train of thought by talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh yeah, so it's crazy to me how if we were to talk about a revolution, guess what? There wouldn't be one, because we have to be 6 feet apart. We can't talk. We're scared to touch one another. We're scared to talk to our neighbors. What about the conscious community conspiracy? What about the conscious conspiracy community? Def Rocker, the thing about them is they're just as bad as the government, because it's a I told you so moment. Okay, you're right. You told me that this was going to happen, and it happened. Where's the solution? Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be funny, but if you listen to some of these conscious teachers, you would think that they weren't a part of it. You would think that they were on another planet. Like, this is not going to affect them in their daily lives. And that's far from the furthest truth. Period. And I'm here to tell you, it has affected my life. So how is it that it hasn't affected theirs? They live in America just like we do. So when you hear people talking about the coronavirus and it's doing this and doing that, and it's depopulating, it's the powers that be want to depopulate the planet and keep on, guess what? If you have the opportunity to ask them a question, ask them the question. Okay, now that we know that there's a problem, what are you going to do about it? Or what are we going to do about it? What is the solution to the problem? Other than that, if you keep on bitching and complaining about the problem, it's never going to get solved. We're in this together. So what are we going to do? And my solution, if someone were to ask me, what is your solution to the coronavirus and the things that's going on, the fear of the people, et cetera, et cetera? My solution is a solution that I've always recommended throughout all of these videos that I've done, damn near 200 videos on this channel and 90 on the new channel, is the journey within. You know the solution. The solution is you. Period. The solution is for you to get your life right. It's for you to get your family right. You have the opportunity now. Stop being scared. What's going to happen is going to happen regardless. Period. The time to be scared is not now, definitely. Especially if you have people that depend on you, such as your wife or your husband or your children. The time is for you to be more involved in your family and being more involved in your life, to actually look at that man or woman in the mirror and say to yourself, I don't like who I am. When things get back to normal, I'm not going to conform. My new norm or normal will be what I dictated to be. Period. As we can see, there's no such thing as stability. You know how many times I've had conversations about stability at cookouts, to family members, friends. Somebody asks me, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm an author. I do this, that, self-motivation, motivational speaker. I'm a fitness trainer, et cetera, et cetera. And then they're like, oh, well, there ain't too much stability into that. And then I have to break down what stability is, and that there's no such thing as stability. And then they sit back and argue with me and say, well, I have, my job, it gives me a 401k. I have 401k. I have this insurance, dental insurance, etc. They give me the whole rundown, right? Watch this. So now we know that there's no such thing as stability when it comes to your job, because now you're laid off for now. Can't report to your job because there's not one. There's no job. They shut everything down. There's no stability in the USA economy. The economy is crushed. And by them sending us a stimulus check, that's their way of kind of saying, this is how we're going to jumpstart the economy. For you all to be in debt. So you all are going to go out and spend $1,200 on stupid shit. And this is what they're counting on in order to jumpstart the economy. So now you don't have a job. So the stability wasn't in your job. The stability is not in the U.S. economy. Matter of fact, there's no stability on the planet Earth, period. I said this in the last video. Tectonic plates hit and they cause earthquakes, and in the ocean, tsunamis. There's no such thing as stability on the planet, period. Hurricanes and tornadoes are formed. Species die. So now that you know, the only stability that you have is within yourself. That should be your new norm. The only thing that you can control at this point in time is you. What you read, what you drink, what you look at. And within saying that, you should have a new approach on life. Period. I've been telling people for years that there's no such thing as stability. I've been dropping knowledge for years. And my family in New York, my father, my stepmoms, stepsisters, great uncle, cousins, have been laughing at me for years, telling me that none of this stuff will happen. That America is great and always is and always will be. There will always be jobs. The economy, it fluctuates, but we'll always have a moment where we bounce back. In other words, they try to sell me that shit, that there's a such thing as called stability in America. And now that we see that there's no such thing as that because of what has happened. The coronavirus is not the AIDS virus. It's not cancer. Do you know how many people cancer has killed? So something that is small as the flu, it's a little bit bigger than the flu, right? A little bit greater than the flu. That is really killing off older people and younger people like babies. And the reason why is because their immune systems are not as strong as someone such as my age or younger. You mean to tell me the weakest punk on the corner is running shit? Cancer is the man. But you're telling me that somebody, a virus that ain't nowhere near cancer, is running shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear that. And look at the uproar. So we have to sit back and say to ourselves, yo, man, we just got a bunch of weak people. And guess what? At the end of the day, this is the reason why, in my opinion, the so-called powers that be are trying to depopulate the planet, because we have a bunch of what? Useless meat eaters. A bunch of people, consumers, that are irrelevant. Now, for the powers that be, let me cast judgment on them. Who are you to dictate who lives and dies? That is not up to you to decide. But at the same time, we do have a shitload of useless meat eaters, people that consume, and they're on this planet for no particular reason at all. If you don't have a reason, a motive, if you don't have dreams, if you don't know why you were put on this planet and you're just existing, what are you here for? Now, like I said, I don't deal with their ideology, the so-called powers that be. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. Who are they to decide who lives and dies? They are not God. But I understand it. All these people going crazy for no reason at all. No reason at all. I mean, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you this, y'all. Seriously, I would think if a spacecraft landed on this planet and came out and started shooting and killing people, then I can honestly kind of be scared on that level. You basically a robot if you don't have a purpose. Exactly. If you don't have a purpose. Because every living entity has a purpose. That goes back to what I was saying about this time. Find your purpose in life. The conscious community is not going to tell you that. They're not going to give you that solution. Because they want you to be their robot. Okay, don't deal with American society. Don't deal with America spelled with 3 Ks. Don't worship God. Don't worship Jesus, because that's a white religion. Now that you've given all that up, come and worship me. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. That's the reason why Polite let down a lot of people. Let me explain something to you. For all those that had faith in Polite, I can tell you one thing: you never had faith in yourself, because at the end of the day, no man can let me down, because I know all men are human. And the only person that can let me down is me. That's the reason why a lot of people say I'm disappointed in Polite. Polite let me down. How? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you never listened to Langston 2092. I told you that the God that you're looking for is within you. It even says it in your Bible, Psalms 82 verse 6 and John chapter 10 verse 34. I have said that ye are gods and children of the Most High. Even in your Christian Bible, whatever version that you have, King James, Gideon's, and you're still walking away from yourself. So when it comes to that, please, I have no sympathy. I'm apathetic when it comes to that situation. I've told you your solution. I've told you, look within yourself, and then you'll see that you are the answer. You are the key. You ain't gonna find that on Sinetti's channel. You're not gonna find that in the conscious community, because the conscious community is redirecting you. That's all they're doing. They're telling you to stop dealing with the government, not to have faith and trust and belief in them, not to have faith and trust and belief in Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Vishnu, and all, etc. Now, believe in us. I went from facts, hashtag facts. I went from believing in Jesus, going to church every Sunday, to believing in Dr. Malachi York and going to class every Sunday. The same time that I went to class, went to school, Sunday school, and the church on Sunday. It's the same time I went to class in the Nubian Nation. I only transferred my energy. Instead of believing in God, I believed in Anu the Most High. Instead of believing in Jesus, I believe in Hor or Haru. It wasn't until I gave up all belief and started believing in me is when I found my answer. It's when I found that key that opened up that lock that I couldn't unlock for years. Met this dude the other day. I'm making it relevant. Met this dude the other day. I'm talking to him, building whatever have you. I never tell people, and this is, I guess this is this is the reason why my channels are not doing as good as they should. You know what I'm saying? Because when I meet a person, and like when I meet you in person, I'm not talking about my YouTube channels. I'm just talking in general. You know what? You'll never know if I had a YouTube channel unless you started bringing up stuff. Like you would say, for example, yo, because I be on the internet and everything, and I got a YouTube channel. And then I'll say, well, I have one too. But other than that, I really don't converse or have any conversations when it boils down to my YouTube channel and the things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? My purpose in life. Unless it's brought up. And it's a reason for me to say it, right? I'm conversing with this dude. He tells me he has, a clothing line and everything, right? So then we're talking. And I'm saying to myself, wow, he wants me to buy his clothes. So I'm trying to get this right. He wants me to do something But he doesn't want to give me anything. He doesn't want to say, and what is it that you do? So I can sit back and say, yo, I have a YouTube channel. And you can look at my videos. And you can donate. You can help me take my channel to the next level. But instead of him saying that, his main concern is his clothing line and what he wants me to do for him. Period. And you'll see that most people don't give a flying fuck about your purpose and what you want to do in life. It's all about them. That's what they're concerned about. Period. So I'm sitting here listening to this dude, and I see that he's narcissistic, and I'm feeding into his ego. And I walk away saying to myself, I'll never deal with that dude. I'll never support that dude, because he's not concerned about everybody else and what everybody else is doing. He's not willing to give. The only thing that he's willing to do is receive. And that's what I'm trying to tell you when it boils down to churches. I know I'm jumping from subject to subject, but it's all relevant to the coronavirus. I saw Creflo Dollar said, oh, we can't gather in masses, right? The mega churches are closed. You can't congregate. Well, at least in the state of North Carolina, I don't know the laws in Georgia, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhat similar, right? You can't have more than 10 people in one place at a time, right? So these mega churches are closed. Now people can't attend church. You know what Creflo Dollar is saying? Cash app me your tithes. Cash app you my tithes? Cash app you my offerings? For what? The churches are, you're not preaching anymore. Shouldn't I spend most of my time and effort in praying? Because now I know that I have direct communication with my Lord and Savior. That God or Jesus doesn't necessarily have to dwell in church and where a massive amount of people congregate. That my church can be at home. That in reality, my Lord and Savior is me. And I no longer need you anymore. Because the tithes and the offerings, the free will offering, the free offerings that I've been giving you, I can use that to pay my bills. But you're not concerned with that. So we can see that Creflo Dollar, as well as other pastors and preachers that are asking, or rather demanding, that their congregation gives them their tithes and free will offerings via Cash App, are selfish. That they have selfish purposes. The intentions are selfish. The reality of it is that Creflo Dollar should be giving out dollars. He should be giving people back their tithes, giving people back their offerings. Because of the day and time that we're living in, there are people that are out of jobs, that have no food. Where's the church at? Matter of fact, the YMCA put it in a way. I got this email, right? They put it in a way where they were saying, we still want you to pay your monthly membership fee, even though the YMCA is not open. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, are you crazy? No. I want my money. I want my money, right? Yo, the feed is going so fast, man. So I apologize if I'm not reading you all comments. The feed is going real fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch up with it. while in the process of me having this conversation with you all and not trying to get sidetracked at the same time. So the YMCA is telling me, we want you to continue to pay your membership fee a month. And my membership fee is $50 a month. Of course, the first thought was the nerve of them. Or to cancel my membership. But guess what? I had to think about it. I have to think about what the YMCA does for our community. How many children? How many people that the YMCA helps? And guess what? I was more than happy to let them draft that money out. Because even the YMCA is stating that they're going to start putting beds in the YMCA in order to help out coronavirus patients. When are the mega churches going to start doing that? Such as the one that Creflo Dollar runs. When are you going to start doing that? When are you going to start back that campaign and follow? You remember those bracelets that said WWJD? What would Jesus do? What will Jesus do, or rather, what is Jesus doing in this particular situation? I want to know. And for all you Bible readers, where Lazarus is at. Because he was raised from the dead. And to my knowledge, he ain't never died. Maybe he has a solution to this shit. So I want to know, what would Jesus do? And Lazarus as well. I want to know what Jonah would do too, because he survived inside a whale for, I think, days or months. Inside the stomach of a whale. I want to know what Abraham would do in this particular situation. Period. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm going to step on somebody's head. I want to know what Ra would do. Horus would do. Isis or Aset would do. The point that I'm making is that all of these people are dead. They're gone. Or they no longer exist, or what Def Rocker said, it was all symbolic. The reality of it is what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because this shit is all about you. People have been wondering where I'm at. Shit. I'm telling you. I've been in here and I've been looking at how good of a father I am. How can I improve myself as a father? How can I improve myself? Because at the end of the day, I'm talking to a certain amount of people on YouTube. And I can tell you, I got into my feelings. And I fell for that dumb shit that everybody else falls for. Well, I don't have enough subscribers, and I don't have such and such and such. I got 4,540 something odd subscribers on the old channel. This channel right here. I have 600, close to 700 subscribers on the new channel. The point that I'm making is, it's not how many people you have. It's the people that you have. How do you motivate them? How do you inspire them? Because regardless of whether it's 5 people that's looking at you or 5,000, you're here to put on a show. You're here to entertain as well as educate the people. So in other words, I need to take this channel or channels that I have more serious. So for those that are trying to guess where Langston been, I've been trying to improve myself so that I can help improve you all. Period. That's what I've been trying to do. Excuse me, that's what I've been doing. Now I gotta figure out, because I came to a point in my life where it was like, yo, you gotta stop this. You gotta stop it. And what I mean by that is this whole being in the garage, sitting in the car and it's dark, this whole having a beard and it's really consuming your whole face, this whole editing and doing videos late at night, and this whole thing about telling people about working out and eating right. But yeah, I've showed you all, but I haven't been consistent. Has to change. Has to change. How can I sit back and I'm different from everybody else, but I'm giving you the same damn thing? This is the reason why I said in the very beginning, man, we're going to be on some positive shit with this. And it is. The positive shit is the solution to this problem is you. Period. I read this book a couple years ago, right? Over 20-something years ago. This is this guy named Nigel Barnes, right? I was cool with it, right? He gave me this book called The Greatest Salesman in the World, written by Art Manning, right? And I was part of the Nubian Nation. And this is my first time going out selling oils and incense and really being an entrepreneur, right? Buying a product and putting that product together, packaging it up, and selling it, right? And he told me, he said, yo, take this book, read it before you go out and hustle. Because this is a book that somebody gave to me. And I'm giving you this book, right? I read it. And that one quote is a quote that I have lived by since I read it. And that quote is, failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. So what I'm trying to tell you is when you're determined to do something, to get something done, nothing can stop you. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Not the government, not no police officer, nothing can stop you. Nothing can be in your way. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. If you're determined for things to go back to normal, they will. This must be a good time for people to unite against the powers that be, because the puppet masters came up with this whole thing to keep us apart. I don't think they will succeed though. So let me address this. Like I said, for some of y'all, I put out this disclaimer. Some of you all will not like what I have to say, but it is my opinion, and it's just that plain and simple. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. At the end of the day, we're never going to come together. You want to know why? Because people love basketball games, football games. People love smoking cigarettes. People love coke. People love strip clubs. People love being broke. People love being rich. People love being poor. People love sports cars. People love the American life for whatever it's worth. Good or bad. Do you understand? And I'm not trying to get at you per se. I'm just telling you that it's never going to happen. Because if it did, listen to this. If it did, it would have happened hundreds of years ago. Do you understand that all of these empires were basically ran the same way? You had a hierarchy. Egypt was basically ran the same way. Tutankhamun, King Tut, was buried in a golden sarcophagus. But ask the average or poor Egyptian, how they were buried. And you'll see that it was a hole dug and their bodies were put there and dirt was thrown over them. That we'll always have, regardless, we'll always have a low, middle, and high class, regardless of what we're dealing with. Whether it's Greece, Roman, American, whatever. It'll always be the same. And the reason why it will always be the same is not because things can't change. That's not what I'm saying. It's that people don't want it to change. So therefore, get ready for this. Well, I'm cold as ice. I'm telling you, I'm cold as ice. Get ready for this one. Therefore, the government is nothing but a reflection of the people. You think I'm lying? Look at it. Look at us. We don't want things to change. We are sympathetic. We are caring when it affects our lifestyle, our income. When it hits home. But the homeless people been going through this shit for years. And we look out for them once a year? December? Oh, excuse me, twice. Thanksgiving and December. Come on, man. I'm not the conscious community. This ain't no conscious community channel. I'm not going to rub you and say it'll be okay. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you, if you want it to be okay, you better make it okay. So, watch this. You see, I'm not worried, right? I'm going to start getting a little worried, towards the end of the month, going into the next month. You want to know why? Because my bills have been paid since, the end of February. I pay my bills up ahead of time. Period. And I know some of y'all I said something, not all. Some of y'all used to joke on me. He works for Postmates. Yeah, that's one of my hustles. But guess what? One of those hustles, two things come to play at this. One of my hustles, which is Postmates, is considered as a essential job. That means that I can go out every day and make money. I may not be able to make as much as I used to make prior to this shit going on, but at least it's more money than you make for those that are not working. And the government just said that I can file for unemployment. So for any of you all that work for gig apps such as Uber Eats, Postmates, Shift, Instacart, regular Uber, Lyft, you can file for unemployment. Now, I know some of you all may sit back and say, I'm not going to take the white man's money. Whatever. I'll take whatever that I can get so that I can take care of my family. Because see, it was cool when I was 18, 19 years old in college talking about some black power, black power. It was cool when I was talking about the white man's devil, the white man's devil. It was cool because I didn't have any children at that time. I didn't have a family. I didn't have nothing to live for, let alone die for. Now that I have a family, my thoughts have changed. And for those, you that are out there, that are in your 20s with no children, no wife, no husband. I'm telling you, once you settle down and you have children or a child, have a helpmate, a husband or a wife, your ideology will change. Period. Conscious community, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. Can I make an honest living working for the conscious community? Oh, this is the white man on this dollar bill. All right, cool. Conscious community. Can I come work for you? What do you have to offer? Can you grant me a 401k plan? Free dental insurance, health insurance. What can you do for me? Is a question. Period. They laughed at me. Oh, Langston, you this, you that, this, that, and so forth. Blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. My family, we're smart. I'm going through the aisles, right? This is funny. I'm laughing. I'm going through the aisles and I'm laughing because it's like these people bought up toilet tissue, right? And I'm saying to myself, wow, man, I just wish I had a toilet. You know, I had a business where I sold toilet tissue. You know, Cameron said that. Cameron said that we need to, as much as you want to call him a rapper that has no purpose in life and he ain't worth this and he ain't worth that and he's a bacteria to the community because all he talks about in his lyrics is sex, drugs, and but this man is brilliant. He said we need to invest in essential things like toilet paper, toothpaste. You know, invest meaning that we need to put our money into it in order that we can make money off of it. So he said this. Wow, there's a moth in here. Get out of here. I don't like killing people. I don't like killing bugs and shit. Get out of here, man. Come on, man. Oh man, fuck. Forget it. He said, we need, you know, he was like, yo, I want to invest in toilet paper. Let's start selling toilet paper. And they laughed at him. Now look at the situation. I don't know if he invested in toilet paper or he has his own business, you know, for selling toilet paper now. But look at if you were to have invested in essential things that people need: socks, toilet paper, toilet tissue. What else? What's the essential things? Everyday liquid detergent, dish detergent, bleach, disinfectants, Pine Sol, such as Pine Sol, the little spray shit. Yo, you could have been a millionaire by now. But let me get back to you know, matter at hand. So I'm walking through the aisles and shit, and I'm saying, wow, man, these grocery stores, and I've visited more than one grocery store, right? These grocery stores have absolutely no toilet tissue, none, let alone toilet paper, let alone napkins. But guess what my family does? He's T, even though it ain't T. We coupon. So right now we have about, upstairs, we have about roughly 90 to 100 rolls of toilet tissue. Prior to all of this happening. You see, the reason why we have that much is because, one, we plan ahead. Two, coupons save us money. Three, we defecate 3 times a day. So listen, If you're not defecating 3 times a day, you're backed up. Right? Now, when you eat breakfast, at least 3 hours after you eat breakfast, you're supposed to be shitting that out. When you eat lunch, after 3 hours, you're supposed to be shitting that out. Dinner, after 3 hours, you're supposed to be shitting that out. So guess what? The reason why we have bought rolls upon rolls of toilet tissue is because we defecate. Our bodies take what it needs, what we have digested inside our bodies, and it says, okay, we're going to get rid of the rest of the shit, which is waste. If you're not defecating at least 2 to 3 times a day, why have you bought all of this toilet tissue? Why? If you're not eating right. Exactly, Def Rocker. If you're not eating right, if you're not defecating 2 to 3 times a day, why you buying all this toilet tissue? I don't understand. What you gonna give it to your children for them to, draw with or something? I don't know. I don't understand it. I just don't. You all went out of board water. We all know that the average person does not drink water. My family and we drink shitloads of it. And we have, let me see if I can hold it up, because it's kind of heavy now because it has water in it. We have an ionizer that doesn't ionize or alkaline the water on a chemical approach, or rather what the Athena or the Kagan machine uses, metal plates. It has a rock formation that alkalines the water, as well as filters out the fluoride, ammonia, and all types of other chemicals that's in the water. Right? Now, I don't have it under the sink. It's right here. I'm about to show it to you. So therefore, I don't need to buy gallons of water. All I need is regular tap water. Because this machine that I'm about to show you is standalone. You don't have to plug it up. It alkalines the water and it filters out the fluoride, the ammonia, and the rest of the chemicals that's in your water. Because what people don't realize is tap water is nothing but recycled water. That's it. That's all it is. So y'all are saying this guy, he lifts weights. He ought to be able to hold this. It's kind of heavy though. I'm gonna try to pick it up. There we go. See the rock formation right there? Look, right there. And then the filter on the top, right here. Don't have gallons of water. We don't have to buy gallons of water. We don't. All we need is regular tap water. Period. And yes, I've pH stripped this. It depends. We got this for $1.78. It just depends on where you're buying it from. Yeah, some of them is $200. Overall, it's $200, but you can get it cheaper. You just got to shop around on online. But yeah, people are buying gallons of water as if they're going to drink all of that water, and they're not. And listen to this. Oh my God, man. Whew. Whew. You getting one? All right. It's Scentivia.com. Let me hold it. Let's see. Hold on. I will put it in the description box, but I want you to get it right now. Hold on. Can you see it? Scentivia.com. I know it's backwards. Santivia.com. Exactly. Thank you, Black Liger. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, your name properly. So, yeah, you know that's the thing. So in the Black community, this is funny, but it's not. This hurts. This hurts. It hurts. So I can go inside the white community, the white area, right? And I can see what they don't have in a grocery store, right? In the white community, I see that they don't have quinoa. They don't have black beans. They don't have legumes, lentils, green lentils, red lentils, black lentils. They don't have pinto beans. They don't have the list goes on. Black beans, black eyed peas, right? I see that they're running out of fresh produce, spinach, broccoli, kale, because in the white community, they've said to themselves, you know what? While I'm here in this situation, I'm going to improve my diet. When I go into the black community and I look at what's in the black community, what's missing in the black community as far as grocery stores, I see a lot of French fries, frozen foods, pizzas, French fries, bread, gone, milk, cow mucus. And it's crazy to me. Because if you tell anybody, a human being, which is crazy to me, you tell a human being, yo, listen, if you want to eat cereal, find somebody that has bread and get it from her, and then you can eat cereal that way. But why are you eating cereal with milk that came from a cow? Makes no sense. But they're buying milk that has an expiration date. So some of these people are actually freezing their milk in a deep freezer. They're buying eggs. Let me get this right. So you're going to buy an egg that's basically a dead fetus. So basically you're buying shit, food that's dead. And of course, liquor and cigarettes. So I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being real. How is this going to change? Because some people, it's the usual shit. Some people are waking up, whether they're in the matrix or not. And some people will forever be asleep, whether they're in the matrix or not. And some people will pretend that they're woke. So they'll pretend, oh, you know what? I'm going to change my life. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to do all of it. And they'll actually show some type of initiative. Like they'll actually get out there and exercise. But once things go back to normal, they're going to revert back to their old ways, good or bad. Period. See me? Prior to this shit happening, during and after, I'm going to be the same fucking person I am. I don't fuck with sea salt. This is what I fuck with. Himalayan pink salt. And this right here, this is some good salt right here. Some good Himalayan pink salt. But really, I like buying my shit in bulk. I don't want my shit packaged up like this. I want to go to a store and scoop that bitch up and put it in a paper bag. Period. I'm back to the gym once it's over. I'm back to the gym too. But just think about this, Black Elijah. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Yeah, I have. And so this is crazy to me. So they'll tell you chocolate is good for you, right? But it's not chocolate. It's cocoa that's good for you, not chocolate. This is a powerful message I see once I join. What's up, Zach? So the thing of it is that, yeah, true indeed. Once things go back to normal, I'm going to go back to the gym. But guess what? I've learned so many different ways to work my body out. Pause. Without weights. Excuse me, let me take that back. Because I'm still using some type of resistance. So I've learned new and different ways how to work out without a gym, a conventional gym. So if this ever happened, I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I could be in a concentration camp and I can grab that fence and find some way how to work out. Period. And like I said before, and I continue to say this, man, make good of this time, because sooner than later, it's going to be over. And you won't have this time or this opportunity to change, to help your life as well as your family. The reason why is because you'll be caught back up into distractions, period. Whether it's the baseball game, the basketball game, the football game, period. This time that I have on my hands, let me tell you something. In a couple of weeks, fuck it. At the end of this month, I guarantee you'll see a totally different person. Me. Guaranteed. Because I'm going to utilize this time that I have on my hands. You want to see a physical change, a mental change, and a spiritual change? Fuck with me. I guarantee you, by the end of this month, and yeah, true indeed, I've committed several times. I've committed several times to myself. I've always said, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that, blah, 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 blah. And I've always let myself down. But one thing that I'm not going to do, if I tell you that I'm going to do something, if I tell you I'm going to do something, not me, but if I tell you that I'm going to commit, and at the end of this month, you'll see a total change in me mentally, physically, and spiritually, you're going to see it. Guaranteed. Because I don't never want to let anyone down. Ever. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to contradict myself. You shouldn't be looking up to me anyway. You shouldn't be looking up to me and trying to see if I have the solution to your problem. Because I'm not doing that to you. I'm not doing that to any rapper. I'm not doing that to any president of the United States or president, period. I didn't vote for Barack Obama and was thinking that he was going to be my solution, my savior. What kind of crazy shit is that? That's the reason why I had to walk away from religion, because they were telling me as a Christian that if you believe in one man, he's there to save you. Okay. Disclaimer again. I apologize for all you Christians out there, but I have to give it to you raw. How could I believe in Jesus when Jesus couldn't even save himself from being nailed on a cross? Please tell me. It was a covenant. It was this. It was that. Yo, fuck what you say. Let that man come down and tell tell me why he had to be nailed on that goddamn cross. Because I'm tired of hearing it from you. Period. I want to talk to that man, man to man. Period. That man couldn't even save himself from being nailed on the cross. And you expect for me to believe in him? Fuck out of here, man. I'd rather believe in the Shada Shakur. I'm not gonna say sorry, but I apologize. How you want me to put it? I'd rather believe in the Shada Shakur than believe in Jesus. Period. Because at least Ashada Shakur escaped with assistance of the Black Panthers, and now she resides in Cuba. Period. I'd rather believe in Ashada Shakur. That's just, who I would rather believe in than Jesus. Because what happened to Jesus is really what happened to a lot of our Black leaders. And I'm about to step on some toes. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm about to step on some toes. I'm sorry. But I looked at Who Killed Malcolm X on Netflix, and I got to talk about it. I mean, this is totally relevant. Totally relevant. So, for one, they said that Malcolm X knew that he was going to die. If I knew I was going to die, if I knew somebody was trying to kill me, I would have beefed up my security. That's one. And two, if I could have worn a bulletproof vest, I would have worn one. And three, y'all not going to like this, but I'm going to be real. I would have said, fuck the Black community, because I have children. And my children mean more to me than the Black community. The Black community has proven that they will not protect and defend their leaders. But I know that possibly if I have, let's say, 7 children, 1 or 2 out of those 7 will protect and defend his or her, his or her father. I know that the Black community is known for not listening to their leaders. Right? Right? But if I have 6 to 7 children, 1 or 2 of them will listen. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is there have been many Black leaders that have died, or rather have been nailed to the cross like Jesus. Period. But I really want to know the ones that have escaped from the powers that be and that are living. Period. So I'd rather worship Ashada Shakur, because she's chilling. And she has if I'm not mistaken, she has $1 million on her head. A bounty of $1 million on her head. And Barack Obama is the one that pushed the issue. I see like rappers, you know what I'm saying? The keep. Yep, you're right. I see rappers and I see where they going with it, and fuck them. You know, with this coronavirus, you know, the rappers, their main concern is I want to get back to making money. Okay, cool. I gave you $10 for my, you know, the CD and the shit that I bought off of Apple and all that shit, right? What are you giving me? Isn't it a certain time in history where our entertainers can stop entertaining us? And when we're going through something, they can help us go through it, get through it. I mean, I'm giving you all this money. I mean, you're living in these big houses, you driving these big lavish cars and fucking jewelry, all the rest of that shit. When does it get to the point where you're helping me out? When? I don't give a fuck about your house. Houses. When it boils down to it, this coronavirus and all the rest of the shit that's happening, I have one house that I'm trying to maintain. You're gonna lose 2 houses, but you got 3 other houses. I got a car that I'm trying to maintain. I'm trying to motherfucking make the car payment on it. I'm seeing tow trucks going back and forth. That's facts. Not because of my car. I'm being real with you. I'm seeing tow trucks going back and forth late at night. I'm seeing houses for rent. You young ass motherfuckers, y'all better listen to what I'm saying. This ain't no different. It's the same shit. They pull this dumbass stunt every some odd years to make the fucking the rich richer and the poor poorer. Same shit. Things are going to go back to so-called normal. They are. But I'm telling you, the worst is yet to come. Mark my word, the worst is yet to come. If you don't build up your immune system, if you don't become involved in you, if you don't dig deep inside, you're going to be lost. Or worse than that, dead. Period. I talk to young people all the time, and I was a fool. I used to think that my generation was going to change things. And the reality of it is, I have to be real, it didn't. It didn't. The 90s, we were hard. We would go around, you know what I'm saying? We were hardcore. We were this, we were that. But as hard as we were, and as much as we had a backing, meaning we had fucking morph, man. Get out of here. Look. Let me throw it out. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just gonna try to throw it out the window. Excuse me, I have to slide the door. Okay, I threw it out the sliding door. Now my phone is saying I got 15%. Wow, you crazy. You gotta be kidding me. Where's my fucking charger? And then Anyway, as much as we had this culture called hip hop, and it was beautiful. We were the ones, we weren't the founders of it, but we took it, we innovated hip hop. As much as we had the backing of, black movies, black clothing lines, and it was just all about being black. I mean, we used to walk around with the black medallions. We used to walk around when Malcolm X came out with when Spike Lee came out with the movie Malcolm X, we had the Malcolm X hats. We was all about black power. We were against apartheid. As much as we were so-called black, when we grew up, we assimilated. That plain and simple. We assimilated. So if you're thinking that your generation is going to be the one that changes things, you're highly mistaken. You're going to be just like we were. Period. And are. So my point in making to you, because I think things happen for a reason. My phone is at 15%. I could charge it up, but I've given you all 2 hours. I'm going to leave it on this. My point in making to you is the only way things will change is if you change yourself. My name is Langston 2092. I enjoyed talking to you all. I hope that you gained something out of this live chat. Other than that, peace.